everybody. So today I'm going to make something that it's not going to take as long as most of my videos because the other ones are they're way too long, period. This recipe, I don't even know what I'm going to call it. Once I put it on my website, I'll have a name for it. But it's really simple. All it is a whole wheat tortilla. And you want to just get whole wheat tortillas, not with all those other enriched ingredients. You want the ingredients to just say whole wheat flour, unbleached, not enriched with anything. And this happens to have a little bit of canola oil in it. And that's all that's in it. And a little bit of water. So this is the best way to go if you're going to do tortillas. And these are about 100 calories. But they also have lots of fiber, so these aren't too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a spread on it of the tofutti, which is that it's that stuff that it's a vegan version of cream cheese, but way lower in calories. 2 tablespoons is only 60. It's not really great for you, but it's much better than cream cheese, and there's no animal products in it. And then I'm going to mix that with just some traditional hummus, and hummus is really good for you. It has a lot of protein, a lot of fiber, and good fats. Okay, and again, no animal products, of course. And I'm going to spread that on here. And then I'm going to top it with sun-dried tomatoes, chopped, some dates, chopped, kalamata olives, chopped, and here I have a little bowl of chopped up cucumbers, and red onion, and actually a little bit of white apricot. Is really sweet. They're nice and ripe. And some mint. So these are going to be a nice balance of flavors. It's going to be like a Mediterranean, fresh kind of taste. So I'm going to start by just chopping these. Oh, and before we start, I wanted to kind of, since I'm using 4 dates, and since dates are something maybe a lot of people aren't really familiar with, I wanted to read off some health benefits of the dates. So, what I found out is that dates are really good for any intestinal problems. They're really good for digestion because they're really high in fiber. So if you ever feel like constipated, you go to the bathroom, these are really good for that. They're also good for heart problems, anemia, sexual dysfunction, I hope nobody has that, diarrhea, abdominal cancer. They're rich in several vitamins, minerals, and tons of fiber. The fruits, they're actually fruits, and they contain oil, calcium, sulfur, iron, potassium, phosphorus, manganese, copper, and manganese, and magnesium, which are all beneficial for health. Many doctors, nutrition people say that 1 date a day is essential for a balanced, healthy diet. Anyway, so something you maybe didn't think to add to your diet are dates. And I actually think that they are perfect for cooking with because they balance out flavors and things. Like, a lot of the flavors I'm using this are full of salt. They're very salty. The olives and the sun-dried tomatoes. Those are very strong, salty flavors. The cucumber is going to balance all of it, and the dates are going to add that sweetness. So it's going to be a balance of like the fresh, minty cucumber mixed with the sweetness of the dates, and then the saltiness of the sun-dried tomatoes and olives. And then you're also going to get your carb fix with this. So it's going to give your body all that the palate is looking for. Okay, so I'm going to start by just chopping these up. I'm going to chop the sun-dried tomato up. And you want to chop it really thin because sun-dried tomato is if you get like a big chunky bite of it, it's quite overwhelming and it's not good. And I like to cut the ends off because they're too hard to bite into. And these are very oily. This was in these were in a jar that had like other Italian herbs in it and stuff, so they're a little bit oily, but they're still it's good oil. So it might not be the healthiest vegan thing that I make, but still not bad. A little bit higher in fat and calories, but again, calories aren't bad as long as they're the right kind of calories that your body's going to use as energy instead of be stored as fat. And especially when you work out as much as my boyfriend and I, you really do, once you do a good workout, you need the calories back in your body because calories are energy. They're an energy source as long as they're the right kind. And I just had a really good workout at the gym, so I think I can splurge a little bit. I'm going to chop the olives. Again, you kind of want to do them finely chopped because olives also have a strong flavor to them. So they're so oily that they're like slipping and sliding all over. And I came up with this recipe just kind of on a whim last night. My boyfriend and I were just hanging out watching this documentary called Wisdom, which it had a lot of like good advice from old wise men and just not old wise men, just all different types of wise people that see the truth in the world. And so it was interesting to watch. Even Clint Eastwood was on there mentioning a lot of stuff. Just Yoko Ono, a couple Buddhist guys, people that have been a little bit enlightened. And to be enlightened is to lose sight of self and to live in the moment without fear, and to just live without motive, but just to keep going in life, move forward, and always in a positive, kind way. It's very simple. The answers to everything are the most simple. And with cooking, same way, simple. So with the dates, you just kind of rip it in half so you can pull the seed out because you don't want to eat the seed. And these get so mushy when you chop them. Oh, anyways, I didn't finish my story. So we were watching this, and Ty came back from his bike ride, and he had a little bit of a salad and some hummus, but he had burned so many calories that he still kind of he was hungry, and I could tell he was all like in a grumpy mood, just like kind of like almost like pouty-ish. And I was thinking, you know what, he's probably still hungry. So I got up, and there wasn't much to choose from the fridge. So I kind of saw what I had, and I put it together, and he loved it. It was so good. And the only thing I'm doing differently this time is I'm adding the cucumber and just the cucumber, I think, is the only thing I'm adding that's different. So I thought it would add like a little bit of fresh vibe. Oh, and those apricots. So sometimes that's how I come up with recipes. It's just whatever's in the fridge. Get creative with it. Throw it together, see how it tastes. And usually, if it's all good flavors, It's going to taste good. And you can kind of sense, especially when you know your palate well enough and you've cooked enough, you start to get an idea of what's going to taste good and what's not. So I started my volunteer job today. It's at a place that it's a nonprofit company that helps. They do therapy for women, mostly women, that have substance abuse problems and just having a hard time in life and need help maybe with their substance abuse or just getting back on their feet in general in the workforce or whatever. And it's free for people that qualify, with a low income, and they're just trying to help people. Not trying to pump them prescriptions or anything, but get to the source. They do therapy and get to the source of the problem, and then try to help with improving different aspects of their life to get back on their feet. And my philosophy on that is, you can try, to help somebody, and a lot of times it works. I'm being optimistic, but some people, they're just not going to change. It has to be their decision. It has to come from a desire to want to really change. And a lot of women that go there, they're going there because they really do want to change. So anyway, so what I'm doing there is I'm just helping with the childcare. So when the women come in that have children to do their therapy, I watch the little kids. We do like arts and crafts and stuff. And you kind of like do a little bit of analytical work with them to watch their behavior, because a lot of times if their behavior's off, it's not because of the child, it's because of what's going on at home and how they're being disciplined or treated at home. Because children are born innocent and can be corrupted in several ways, and one of which is bad parenting skills. I learned this while I was a nanny for 4 years, and I worked in a Montessori school for a year. So it's actually a really interesting subject. Children, especially young children, are very bright, and they're smarter than you think. They almost think like us in a survivalist mode, but also needing love. But they can't. A lot of them can't communicate correctly, so they do it in other ways. Anyways, back to this. So all my stuff's chopped up, and here's what it looks like. It's not very colorful, but it's good. So here's the tomato, the dates, and the olives. Okay, so I'm gonna set all of this aside for right now, and I'm gonna move this out of the way and this out of the way because we're done. And of course, I have my wine. I drink wine every night. Only a couple glasses. I'm like weaning off. I was drinking way too much, but I'm weaning off. Just a couple glasses a night to relax me. So I'm doing that there, and then I'm also helping with their marketing. They have no marketing whatsoever, so I'm going to redo their website, all of their like flyers. We're going to start sending out direct mail pieces, do email blasts to get the word out there, to bring in more people and help more people. So the whole point is to help as a whole, and what better way to do it than not ask for anything in return. So anyways, I went today and everybody was really friendly, all really nice girls that it seemed to be the right kind of energy of people, because that's important. If the energy's off between the people there, yeah, I never work out. I'm like an energy healer. I'm going to stir up my hummus. Put it in a bowl here. And this hummus is pretty much all gone, so I'm going to throw it away in the recycle. And then I'm going to wipe this off so I don't get all the hummus and the tofutti. I'm not going to do as much tofutti just because it's the least healthiest of everything that's going in here. So I'm just going to add a little bit for that creaminess. Maybe 1 tablespoon. And then mix it up. It's Thursday. It means tomorrow's Friday, which means most of the world gets 2 days off of work. That's a shame. People only get 2 days off of work. Stealing our freedom. I think when I was working 9 to 5, which I have been most of my life, I'm just mixing this up here, get all the chunks out. I always felt like 2 days is just not enough. 3 days, I think, is perfect. 3 days is perfect because I believe that's how long it takes to decompress. Because it's like, okay, it's Saturday, and then tomorrow's Sunday, but that means the next day is work. But if it's like Saturday, oh, I have 2 more days. It just takes that to decompress. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'm going to put the spoon over here because I'm going to use it to spread. So, yeah, people just work too much, and I think that they can get everything that they do in the day at work. I think they could easily get it done in 3 or 4 days. A lot of the time at 9 to 5, I'd say half the day people are wasting time, twiddling their fingers, trying. I mean, I really don't think that a 9-hour workday is necessary. Unless it's one of those companies that really is just always super busy, like Starbucks. Things like that. All right, so I'm going to spread this on to my little things. You can see what I'm doing here, just a dollop here. You just have a nice little even layer. And you don't want to go too close to the edges, otherwise it will blur out. And I also think, like, you know, if you have, like, deadlines and stuff, certain jobs that you have, like, deadlines, like, say, I used to work for, like, you know, in advertising companies, and, you know, you have projects going on, and, you know, you finish your deadlines, and then you should be able to go home. If there's nothing to do, you should still get paid just as much, but if there's nothing to do, go home and enjoy yourself, and then you'll be even more productive the next day. But corporations like to have their power and control, and they do that through taking away freedom. So here I'm just spreading my little mixture of the mint and cucumber and red onion and a little bit of that apricot on there. Just spread a little layer. And then I'm going to take the sun-dried tomato and with sun-dried tomato, it kind of wants to clump together. And like I said, when you get those big clumpy bites, it doesn't taste good. So just try to keep it spread out. And don't use too much sun-dried tomato because the flavor is very strong. That's what I have learned. And I chopped too many sun-dried tomatoes. Maybe I'll use that for something else. Then we're going to add the olives. Almost like a little pizza, but we're going to make a roll-up of it. And then you can actually, you know, I forgot to do, but whatever. Because last night I warmed the tortilla a little bit, just a little bit. It doesn't, you don't have to though. Because I'm probably going to put these in the fridge anyways, because you won't be home for another hour or so. So you want it to stay fresh. And again, these dates are real sticky. Sticky. You gotta be a little patient with them. Be a little patient with the dates. Like I said, the sweetness will really balance out all those salty flavors. This might be my shortest video ever. You're welcome. I'm going to try to make them shorter so people will watch them. Nobody's watching them. It's sad. Don't make them sad. Don't make them sad. Okay. So, I'm going to wash my hands real quick because I'm a mess now. So since my website's all about, it's not just about cooking, it's more of a lifestyle thing, I was thinking about adding workout videos of some of my my techniques that I use to stay in shape. I do a lot of yoga, power yoga, because power yoga will burn, that'll be the one that like get your heart rate going and burn calories. I also do a lot of regular yoga for my head and for my body and my spine and everything like that. And I also do tons of Pilates. And then I swear by the Stairmaster. You can get on that thing and like do all kinds of like creative things. Like I'll put it on real fast and like run up it and then do like one of these. And then run up it, and then do the other leg. And then if you do that for like even just 10 minutes, your heart, your cardiovascular system will like thank you. And then you can slow down, whatever. I'm usually on it for like 30 minutes, and then I'll go do my Pilates yoga stuff, have the balance of everything. So I was thinking about putting some workout videos on there. You want me to work out in my living room? So, I don't know. We'll see. Nobody's watching these videos, so I don't know. Maybe people will watch me work out and then they'll get to this. But anyway, it's about a lifestyle. And it's about the philosophy of it, the ethical part of it, the connection with Earth, the healthiness of it, how you feel, the health, and then also a balance of exercise. Everything in balance. Okay. So here, this is what it looks like. Let me show you.